And now to our big story tonight at 11. An East Side community here in Indy is now raising concerns after IPS agreed to transform one of its buildings into a shelter for Hoosiers needing help this winter. Today, the school announced it reached a deal with our city, letting them temporarily use the Susan R. Leach School. That's near 21st and Emerson. So tonight we want to dig into the timeline for this transformation and the safety plans in place. But first, our Emily Longnecker shares why some neighbors are resistant to the upcoming changes.
The city's plan is to use School 68 as an overflow shelter this winter for women, children, and families in need of housing. Neighbors in the area, though, have concerns about that plan.
My dad raised us here on this street.
And Christina Hawkins is still here in the city's Otterbein neighborhood, right down the street from IPS School 68, where she went to school.
This is home.
Hawkins and a handful of others, though, are concerned about the now empty school becoming home for some of the city's homeless this winter.
We're just worried about the safety. We're worried about the neighborhood.
A neighborhood, they say, that already doesn't get enough help with some of its issues without adding more people into the mix.
Almost every night you hear a lot of guns going off.
Then there's the condition of the school grounds.
Those bushes been on that fence for 3 years. Nothing's been done.
First of all, take some pride in the property if they're going to be coming here and staying.
But I really think the community, will come around and be on board and be glad that it's being used instead of another empty building.
Deb Hall, who also lives in the neighborhood, supports housing people who need shelter in the school.
We'd like to support finding permanent housing for these families.
That's why she spoke in favor of the proposal at Tuesday's IPS school board meeting, where more details of the plan were released. According to IPS in the city, those who stay at School 68 will need a referral and need to be screened by Wheeler Mission staff who will be there 24 hours a day. No walk-ins will be allowed. The city will provide on-site custodial and security services. Wheeler Mission will run the day-to-day operations. Residents will have access to case managers as well as employment and housing support services. The goal is to find people permanent housing.
I think now that we know it's going to be very well secured, very well managed, I think it's going to be a plus for the neighborhood.
Christina Hawkins certainly hopes so.
And that's fine with us, but make the neighborhood a priority.
IPS and the city already approved and outlined security measures for the overflow site. That includes a nightly curfew at 9:30 and a ban on drugs and alcohol on the property. All personal items are fair game for inspection, and violations in an immediate expulsion from the program. IPS is responsible for keeping all mechanical systems up and operating, but the city is liable for any damages or repairs to the property, either from negligence or regular wear and tear.
The overflow winter housing will be available from December 1st through April 1st. IPS hasn't told us if there are future plans for that building beyond that. We've got all the details about this new shelter posted for you right now. Just open up our WTHR app. And that wraps up tonight's big story.